Hey guys, welcome back to another video on Model Warships. I'm the Unknown, and today I'm going to show you all of the ships that I have and their current builds, because I get asked a lot in the comments, what build do you recommend for this? What build do you recommend for that? Well, today I'm going to show you all of my ships that I currently use and what builds I recommend and why. But before I get started, I just want to say massive shout out to this man right here. He is an absolute legend. He made my day. Like, man, I'm really happy, so thank you to this man right here. And let's get started with the Gorshkov. So I have, here's the build I have for the Gorshkov. And the reason I have this build is because Scalp does the most damage. It's recommended for the damage tournament. Put Monarch on it because Monarch is a given. Sidekick Torpedo to compensate damage. For air defense, it's optional. You could pretty much put any air defense you want on it because it has a locked air defense that's really good, so I recommend you put an epic air defense, so either Palash or Panzer. And Kamov XX, mostly because it's the VIP chopper, and it looks really good on the Gorshkov, considering that it's also Russian, so... Moving on to the DDGX. So, originally, when I first bought this, before the buff I got, I put the Monarch in the 3 slot and the Scalp in the 1 slot. Now, the reason for this is because Wave Rider, 3 Wave Riders did crazy damage, but now it got nerfed. So I put it in the 1 slot. And Monarch, again, I put this torpedo on it to spam, basically. I put Gibka on it. Panzer and THEL, which is by far the best air defense combo you can possibly have on a ship. And I put a VIP chopper on it. You can get these helicopters in the free market now. Moving on to the Zumwalt, my beloved Zumwalt. So I currently have Wave Rider on it. The build that I have right now has been the same build it's had since I was level 25, mind you. Wave Rider, Monarch, Gibka. You could put Rapid Fire on it, so it has an extra little air defense. Panzer, because it's really good, and I put S-97 Raider on it because it's the best helicopter for spotting. Moving on to the Anchor. I have Scalp on it because it only has 2 missiles, so I had to put a missile that does the most damage. Monarch for absolute damage demon. A-22 for when you have conflicts in close range. If you watch my live stream, one of them, I did like a 2v1 and I ended up winning because I was in close range. Sidekick to maximize damage, and full Panzer because why not? And I put this helicopter because this is the best helicopter that you can buy with game money. It has, it's the fastest one, it's the fastest helicopter you can buy with money. Moving on to the CN Type 058. Wave Rider on it, and Scalp. Now the reason I have 2 of each is because I use the Wave Riders to bait people into using flares. Then I use the Scalps. But the reason I also have another Scalp is because, reload. Wave Rider's reload is long. I have Gibka on it for close range, Panzer, and another VIP helicopter, which I got from the free market. Moving on to the DDX. Full Scalp for damage, TMF cannon because it only has 1 cannon, so I had to compensate for that. This torpedo, good for spamming. Rapid Fire because the ship only comes with 2 air defenses. Panzer for good air defense, and S-97 Raider for spotting because the ship is very fragile. Moving on to the Ashigara. The Ashigara's got 4 missiles, so I put 3 DF-17s because it's the best epic missile you could possibly buy. Prometheus for extra air defense. TMF because it only has 1 cannon. I got this torpedo because the sidekick because it does damage. 2 C-Rams because lack of air defense. And this helicopter for extra submarine defense. Moving on to the Batch 2. I have Wave Rider. Same reason on the 058. Monarch, A-22, A-244, Rapid Fire, compensation of air defense, C-Ram, and Sea Sparrow. And I have the AP Phoenix on it because it's flex. Moving on to the CGX. The CGX is the same thing as the Batch 2 and the 058. Put Monarch on it because 2 Monarchs is awesome. Gibka, Panzer, and another VIP helicopter. Alright, we already know about the battleships. Moving on to carriers now. The Azumo, I The only thing I could really say about it is I put full MUH-1 for extra air defense. The CVX. So, I put KF-21 on it because it's a Korean plane. So obviously I'm going to put the Korean plane on the Korean carrier because that's how I am. Scalp Naval for defense. That's helped me in a lot of cases. I put the Epic drone on it, the Mayus, because I wanted a full Epic or Legendary build on it. Scorpion because close range. This thing eats ships in close range. Ansec Laser because I had nowhere else to put it. And finally, Gipkas. Alright, moving on to the DCNS Evolved. Same thing. I put the new VIP stuff on it. I put Viper on it. Marlin because Marlin got recently buffed, so I decided to give it a shot. Panzer and I think it is... Oh, never mind. It has the Marlins. Okay. Moving on to the Enterprise. Enterprise is the same way. Azrak for torpedo defense. F3 for, because I had nowhere else to put it. Raider because of damage. You need damage. That's an American drone, so I'm going to put it on the American carrier. ATDX to be perfectly paired with the F3. Gibkas for far range. THEL and Panzer, because again, that is the best combo of air defense you can possibly have. For Storm, DF-17 for far range. Azrak for torpedo defense. It's the most accurate. I put a full Russian build on it. Put the Hind, MiG-41, Tu-160, and Gibka. And last but not least, the CN-Type 004, which is by far my favorite carrier. This is going to change. So originally I had the H-20, but then put the pack down on it because I liked it better. The H-6 bomber is going to go on this eventually. Obviously, I'm going to put the Chinese planes on the CN-Type 004. This is going to go on my Azuma once I get the Dark Sword drone. MUH-1 for extra air defense. Gibka, Panzer, and THEL because... Or Panzer and... Or, yeah, Panzer and THEL. Best air defense combo ever. For submarines, it's iffy. For this one, damage, damage, damage. Full DF-17 and sidekick. For this one, this is my offline build one. I usually put full Hughes on this to get my torpedo accuracy up. And that's all I have for today. I hope that you found this video helpful. If so, let me know in the comments. And peace out. See you in another video.